So we're going to begin class in Supta Baddha Konasana. So come onto your back, bring your feet together, let your knees come out to the side and just relax. Settle into your space, your little sanctuary that you created for yourself. And just begin to breathe. I'm so grateful to have all of you here with me virtually this morning. Sometimes as a teacher, we need our students just as much as they need us. And today is definitely one of those days for me. So just settle into the mat, close your eyes. And begin to listen to that breath. So as you inhale, you're going to draw the belly in. And then as you exhale, you're going to work your spine towards the mat. It's not going to come all the way down, and that's okay. Because of the way our spine, the curves in the spine, we don't want it to, but that intention is there. So inhale, draw the belly in, and then exhale, you're going to just settle down. And what we're getting into is we're stretching the deep core, the muscles that line the spine. 2 more breaths here. And 1 more. And then draw your knees together and plant your feet. And we're going to come into a bridge pose. So plant the feet, lift the hips, walk the arms underneath. Maybe you're going to interlace the hands. Maybe you're not ready for that yet. Just make sure your thighs are parallel. And you're squeezing in as if you have a block between your thighs. Just to begin to activate those inner thigh muscles, those adductors, because we're going to work with them a little bit today. And then slowly lower all the way down. And draw your knees into your chest. And let's float your knees over to the right. And let your arms come in a T and let your head come over to the left. Okay. And then we're going to draw the knees back to center and float them across to the opposite side. And change your gaze too, so look over that opposite shoulder. And breathe. And then draw your knees back into your chest. And let's rock and roll a little bit back and forth a few times until we cross at the ankles and come all the way onto the hands and knees. So as you inhale, we'll arch the spine. And as you exhale, we're going to round and just move things around. It doesn't have to be a linear action. So my theme this week is sort of a 2-part theme. Because as yogis, sometimes we're always looking for the message and everything. I know I'm always looking for the message. So continue on with your cat-cows, just a few more, in any direction you need to move into, shifting from side to side in the hips, all good. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think it's a good thing to look for those messages. But sometimes we look for the message because we want to skip over the emotion and the feelings. So I invite you today, as we're a month into this journey together, to just sit in your space and your emotions and accept what you're feeling, whatever that is, anxiety, fear, sadness, happiness, complacency, boredom, whatever those feelings are, just sit with them. Because if we don't acknowledge them, then they get stored in the body as trauma that comes up at some other point, very inconvenient time usually. The next time you round into a cat, let's curl the toes under and come to a downward dog. So we're going to pedal out through the feet, right? And shift things around a little bit. So that's step one, is just to acknowledge how you feel in the moment and not rush by it looking for a meaning or a message. Because we need to be sometimes, just need to be. So straighten both legs, and we're gonna roll forward to our plank and hold your plank. So if you need to drop your knees to the mat, that's totally fine. But if not, hold your plank. Cross up into the space between your shoulder blades, spread your fingers, draw the belly in, round up. Breathe here. And then we're gonna lower all the way to the mat. So that might look like knees, chest, and chin for you, or maybe you're ready to lower straight down through a push-up. Hands are down. As you inhale, just lift the chest, gaze forward, little baby cobra. Hands maybe are hovering off the mat. Shoulder blades are drawing towards each other. Just beginning to activate that spine. As you exhale, lower all the way down. As you inhale, we're going to press up to hands and knees and then roll back into a child's pose. So let the hips come back to the heels, let the head come down, spread through the fingers, and breathe here. So step one is to just hold space for your feelings. And as you're here, walk your arms over to the right, just press into the left hand a little more than the right. And then once we do that, we get to ask ourselves the question. And what I'm going to read to you comes from an article that's been circulating on Facebook, so you might have seen it. It's called Prepare for the Ultimate Gaslighting. And basically what the article talks about, it's a long article, but it talks about how the United States is about to enter into this whole campaign. Walk your arms forward and then over to the left to try to make us feel better about what we're going through right now, you know, as we start to open back up in a few weeks, hopefully, and kind of gloss over this whole very inconvenient time in our lives where we weren't able to buy things or do things outwardly that we think make us happy, right? And so the writer of this article wants us to be aware of that and think about it from a different perspective. Walk your arms back to center, come up onto your hands and knees, and we're gonna curl the toes under once again and come back to downward dog. So lift the right leg up, and you're in a three-legged dog, and you're gonna bend the right knee and draw to the nose and round into plank, okay? Inhale, bring the right leg back. Exhale, we're gonna bend the knee and round into that three-legged plank. Bring the leg back. And then last one, exhale, knee comes towards the nose, let's round it here. And then float that right leg back and settle it down. We'll do the same thing with the left. So the left leg's gonna lift, bend the knee, draw towards the nose, we're rounding forward. So we're warming up the abdominals here. Inhale it back. And exhale, knee comes forward towards the nose, let's round the knee, or the nose towards the knee, and then inhale back, and then one more time, third one, knee to the nose, let's round. Exhale as we're here, inhale as we come back. Set the left leg down, we're gonna lift the right. So inhale, lift the right, slide forward to a three-legged plank. Now we're gonna curl and round, and then we're gonna bring the leg back. So we're in a three-legged plank. Set the toes down, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale brings us to a high cobra, so heart is gonna lift. And exhale brings us back to child's pose, just a couple of breaths here. So what he says is, from one citizen to another, I beg of you, take a deep breath, ignore the deafening noise, and think deeply about what you want to put back into your life. This is our chance to define a new version of normal. Make your way back to downward dog. Lift the left leg. We're going to slide forward to that three-legged plank. Right? Draw the knee in towards the nose. So we're rounding here in that plank. Then bring the leg back. Set the toes down, and once again, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, we'll come into a high cobra. This time, let's alternate the shoulders forward. So bring the left shoulder forward, come on up. Bring the right shoulder forward. Inhale it up. Exhale, switch. Inhale and exhale. Back and forth. And then last time, we're going to roll into a child's pose. So come on back, hips to the heels, ground down. So we have a rare and truly sacred, yes, sacred, opportunity to get rid of all of the bullshit and to only bring back what works for us. What makes our lives richer, what makes our kids happier, what makes us truly proud. So that's our practice today. Make your way back to downward dog. Is first to sit and own and hold space for our feelings, and then to think about what we can let go of and what we want to bring with us as this next chapter unfolds. We have this opportunity for a pause like never before. So what do we do with it? Lift the right leg up, slide forward to your plank, bend the knee, curl it towards the nose. This time, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, arms are going to reach all the way up. So let's find Asana, shoulders draw down. Breathe here, look up to the sky. And then let your arms come out like airplane wings. And we'll wrap the right arm underneath the left in eagle arms. As you inhale, slide the arms up. As you exhale, we're going to round forward, curl into that space, your upper back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, we're going to round. Good. Two more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. And last one, inhale up. And exhale, round. Unwrap the arms, set the hands down, curl the left toes under, lift the left knee, float the right leg up. And let's stack the right hip. So just do some big circles maybe with your leg. Stacking that hip. And then we'll step the right foot down. All right, left leg's gonna lift. Let's slide forward to plank. Then we're gonna curl. So it's a different option than going right from downward dog the way we did first. Then step the foot down, drop your back knee, float the arms up to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Opportunity here, shoulders relax. Stretch through your right hip flexors and quads. And then your arms will come out to the side. And let's wrap the left arm underneath the right. Pull the arms away from your chest. Look all the way up. And then we're going to exhale and round and belly draws in. We're curling just like we did when we brought the knee to the nose. So that same action in the abdominals. Inhale up. Exhale, we're rounding and curling. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhale it up. And exhale, we're going to round. Unwrap the arms. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Float your left leg all the way up. Let's stack the hip. Let's shake it out. And then step the left foot next to the right. From here, we're going to walk the feet up towards the hands. So little baby steps as you walk the feet up to the hands. We'll find our first real forward fold at the top of the mat, so that may mean your knees stay bent, hug behind your thighs, let your head hang. I'm just going to take off my sweatshirt here. So make sure your neck is soft. And then slowly let's roll it up. So keep a nice little bend in the knees just for that first round up, because we're still tight in the hamstrings likely. So we want to take care of And what we might find through this practice, so bring your hands to your heart, just close your eyes, is that we are storing some of those feelings in the body. Things that we don't want to deal with, that we're pushing to the side, maybe in an effort to just stay positive and look for the message. But both things need to happen. For our true health, so we don't store trauma that comes up later, we need to sit and hold space for our feelings. And then decide what we want to bring and what we want to leave. And where is a better place to practice that than on the mat? So as you inhale, bring the arms around and up, ground into the feet, shoulders draw down. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to step back to plank, vinyasa. So you decide if you want to let your knees come first. Inhale, high cobra, chest is going to lift. Exhale is going to roll you back, downward dog. Breathe. Spread through the fingers, be light in the shoulders, and then work your way towards your heels. So one heel at a time, maybe. If they don't get all the way to the mat, no worries. What we might notice about this time is how much less we actually need to do to feel like we had a satisfying day. Maybe this idea of being busy all the time and that equaling productivity is not right. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, let's hold. Inhale, slight bend to the knees as you come on up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale again, arms around and up. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flows us through plank to chaturanga or skip. Inhale, high cobra, upward dog. Exhale, rolls us back, downward dog. 5 breaths. Nice and slow with the breath. Good on your next inhale, high on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, half stepper, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to fold. Inhale, we're going to sit into our chair. Utkatasana, first one today. So look for those heels, lift through the heart, keep the belly strong. So imagine you're really sitting back into a chair. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flows us through plank to chaturanga. Skip whatever you need to. Inhale and exhale. Virabhadrasana A, or Warrior One. So grab the left foot, step the right foot forward, float the arms up. 5 breaths here. So just like sometimes we don't, in our regular life, we don't stop, right? We just go from thing to thing to thing. And sometimes we do that because when we stop, the mind starts to think, right? We start to actually have to connect to maybe some of those things we don't want to. Same thing on the mat. It's uncomfortable sometimes to hold a pose. You just want to move and flow. I know I'm the same way. So we have to challenge ourselves to sit in it for a moment, sit in the discomfort, and then decide, what do I want to leave behind? Hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Second side, plant the right foot. Step the left foot forward. Warrior One. Wrap your right hip forward. Reach your arms up to the sky. Bend into your knee. Lift your heart. Belly draws back and up. And then settle into the discomfort if there isn't. And I'm not just talking about the body. The body is a good way to practice that. But in the mind, being still, not running from place to place and thing to thing, can feel very unsettling. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, gaze forward, chest lifts. Exhale, brings you back, downward dog, lengthen. Let's plant the left foot and step the right foot forward. So again, we're coming to warrior one. Bend into your right knee, round forward through your left hip, shoulders relax. And this time we'll flow right into a warrior two. So right knee bends, press into the outer edge of the back foot so your arch can lift. Gaze over your front middle finger. Inhale, palms turn up. Exhale, reverse. Maybe even bend a little deeper into this right knee as you look up. We're going to bring the arms back for warrior two and then straighten your right leg and come into triangle. So whatever version of triangle you like. Hand can rest against the leg and the left arm up. You can grab onto the leg, up to you. Reach through those fingers. And then as you exhale, look down. Let's bend into the right knee. We're going to float into Ardha Chandrasana. So if you want to set a block down, go ahead. Right hand down, left arm up. Lift that left leg up as high as you can. So we're focusing on being expressive today. Really letting go of what we need to. Rounding in and then opening up. It's two parts here. First, we have to sit in the space of the discomfort, and then we can choose to leave it behind. Left hand comes down. Let's find a standing split just for a moment because we're going to bend the right knee. Set the left foot behind you. Left arm down, right arm up. Twist. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale brings us to a plank if we want. Exhale, chaturanga if we want. Inhale, high cobra if we want. And then downward dog. Second side, so plant the right foot, step the left foot forward, warrior one. Wrapping that right hip forward, bending into the left knee. As you exhale, it's going to be warrior two. So bend deeply into the left leg. Reach through the arms. Press through the outer edge of that back foot. Turn the palms up, reverse your warrior, maybe even bend a little deeper into the left knee, shoulder relaxes. And then arms come back, straighten the front leg, Trikonasana. So really it's about the legs. So that left hip drops down, right hip lifts, left hand floats inside the leg or grabs on. You decide, look up to the sky. Reach through the fingers and breathe. And then as you exhale, we'll bend back into the left knee and we're going to float into Ardha Chandrasana, second side. So this right leg is going to go up as high as you can. Reach the right fingertips towards the sky and look up. And breathe. And sit in this space. Hold your emotions, accept them, and then you decide what are you going to take and what are you going to leave. Once you've had that pause, see, we do it all the time on the mat. What's happening globally right now, we have that opportunity to do. Bring the right hand down, find your standing split, just a breath here. And then bend your left knee, set your right toes long, right arm down, left arm up, twist. And breathe here. And then with your exhale, left hand comes down. Step to your plank if you want to. Move through your vinyasa if you want to. Leave what you need to. We do not have to take it all. We do not have to do it all. We have this sacred opportunity every time we get on the mat to decide what we're going to take and what we're going to leave. When you're ready, inhale high on the toes, exhale, bend the knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Find your flat back as you inhale, exhale, let's fold. Inhale, sit into your chair. Let's find Waguespack. Right? So toes are light, gaze is forward, shoulders are down. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flows you through your plank to chaturanga. You decide. You take, you leave. Right leg is gonna lift. Let's slide forward to our three-legged plank so that right leg is lifted. Bend the knee, round it towards the nose, and step the foot in between the hands. Left inner thigh is gonna roll towards your midline. So remember I said we were gonna work on those adductors a little bit today. So roll the left inner thigh inward, and then come on up. Arms up, high lunge. Keep that left inner thigh rolling inward towards your midline, so this left hip's forward, and then we're gonna hinge forward. Good. 45-degree line, we're reaching through the arms, shoulders draw down. If you want to, you're gonna come into your warrior three. So begin to lift that left leg, reach the arms forward, flex through the left foot. Make sure the toes are pointing down. Again, you're rolling inward into that inner thigh. And then we're gonna meet in Waguespack. So step it right up. Waguespack. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. We'll meet in downward dog. Take the pause, decide what am I gonna take with me on my mat today, and what am I gonna leave behind? Maybe leaving behind a vinyasa or two is what's gonna serve you. Okay. Left leg's gonna lift, nice and high. Then we're gonna shift forward to our three-legged plank. Flex the foot. Then we're gonna curl the knee towards the nose and step the foot in between the hands. Wrapping this right hip forward, rolling that right inner thigh towards your midline, lift it up. High crescent lunge. Keeping that right hip wrapping forward, that right inner thigh rolling towards your midline, and we'll begin to shift into that diagonal. Shoulders are soft, belly strong, stay here if you want to, or float into your warrior three. So you decide. Right, as you hinge forward into warrior three, again, this right inner thigh is rolling inward. Reach the arms forward. Breathe here. And we're gonna meet in Waguespack. So sit right back into your chair, and then exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, move this to your plank chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale brings us back downward dog. Right leg's gonna lift again. Shift forward to your three-legged plank. Knee draws towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands. Left inner thigh rolls in. Come on up. Arms reach out like air fingers. Good. This time, right arm's gonna come on top of left. So we're gonna have those eagle arms again like we did at the very beginning of class. And as you inhale, we're gonna look up. And as you exhale, we're gonna round a little bit, just like we did with the back knee low. So if you need to drop it, go ahead. But we're just gonna do one more of those. So inhale it up. Exhale begins to come forward, hold here. Now from here, if you want to, you're gonna lift the left leg. So here we are in our Eagle Warrior Three. Good. 2 more breaths here. And then we're gonna try to open it into Eagle Half Moon. Now this may not serve you, so don't do it. Unwrap the arms if you want to. We're gonna meet back in our standing split. This time we might spend a couple breaths here. So again, left inner thigh rolls inward. Head is soft. Hands can be underneath the shoulders, or you can walk them back towards your ankle. There may be a couple of us that want to play with our handstand hop. So if you do, that's totally fine. Where we're going to end up is this triangle forward bend, Parsvottanasana. And again, this back inner thigh rolls forward and we fold. So for those of you who want to play with your hops, go for it. Maybe just do one or two. And then we'll meet all together here in this forward bend. And then let's take the left hand. It's going to stay either inside the right foot or outside it. Drop your right hip down. Hand can stay right in your middle back or lift up to the sky, but we're coming into revolved triangle. So we're stretching the outside of the right leg. The IT band, the TFL, which inserts into your hip, all the way up. We hold a lot of stuff there. A lot of those emotions that we might not want to deal with, they hang out in the legs and the hips and the pelvis. So first we need to hold space for them. Top hand's going to come down. Good. And let's step the back foot up to meet the front. And we'll forward bend. Good. Just take a moment here in your forward bend. And then we're going to come right back into Utkatasana. So sit into your chair, inhale. Exhale, it's forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flow through your plank, chaturanga. Skip whatever you need to. Use your breath. Take what you want and consciously leave what is not serving you. Left leg lifts. Slide forward to that three-legged plank. Knee rounds in towards the nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Wrap your right inner thigh inward. Belly draws in and come on up. Arms are going to be out to the side like airplane wings. Left arm on top of right. As you inhale, you're going to look up. Right? And then as you exhale, we're going to round. And inhale, look up. And exhale, we're going to round. Last one. Inhale, look up. I think we did an extra one on this side, but it's okay. We're going to come forward into that diagonal. So we're moving right into warrior three. Whew, maybe. Into our eagle arm warrior three. So flex the foot, wrap your right inner thigh inward, just like we're talking about. But then if we want to, we're going to explore coming into that eagle arms half moon. So right leg lifts, arms stay in eagle, but maybe not. Maybe you want to unwrap and come just back into our half moon that we were doing before. And this time, as we need in our standing split, we're going to stay for a little bit. A few breaths. So you decide here if you want to walk your hands back a little towards your ankle, if you want to play in those handstand hops like we were practicing maybe on the first side. But we know we're going to end up in that triangle forward bend, right? So left foot's forward, right leg's back, a little bit of width, but wrap your right hip in as you fold forward. Left knee can stay bent. Always it can stay bent. Maybe your hamstrings or glutes are just super, super tight on the left. I'm speaking from my own body today. I'm really tight there. So bending the knee a little bit might serve me. Take a few more breaths, whatever version of this you're in. Nothing says we have to just rush to the next pose, to the next thing. That we have to be busy on our mats all the time, because when we're connecting inward, when we're doing this work, it's the most valuable thing we could do for ourselves. It really is. Right hand stays on the inside of the foot or the outside. At the same time, we're going to drop this right hip down. Look up to the sky. And then lift the left arm up, maybe, or keep it here, up to you. Press into both feet. Feel that stretch on the outside of the left leg. Breathe here. And then set the left hand down. We're going to step that right foot up, be in a forward bend. Just for a moment, again. And then we're going to find Waguespack. So sit back into your chair, inhale, and exhale. Good, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, flow through your plank chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra, exhale it back. Inhale, right leg lifts, let's shift forward to our three-legged plank, round the knee, drop to the nose, step the foot. Inhale, come up as we round that left hip in, that left inner thigh in. We're going to reach the arms up, but this time we're going to twist. So hands to the heart, left elbow comes outside right knee. Looking up to the sky. So I'm just going to switch positions here. Okay. So here we are. We're in our twist. Options here. We've been doing a lot of stepping up into Waguespack, so we are going to end up in an Waguespack twist, right? We're going to end up here. But for a couple of us, we might want to explore a twisted version of Warrior 3. So you're working towards straightening the right leg. Hands are still in a twist. Potentially your gaze is as well. Left leg lifts. We meet in our Waguespack twist. So you take your time, or you go right to Waguespack twist. Now from your Waguespack twist, I'm just going to move back from my mat a little bit. We're going to lift off the heels. So see, I'm pressing into the toes and my heels are off the mat. So we're in a Pashasana twist. Feel free to stay here. Anybody wants to play with side pro, now's the time. Left elbow stays connected to the knee. Right elbow comes into the hip. Plant the hands. Bring your weight forward. Lift the legs. Maybe you want to play with straightening them, separating them, whatever works for you. Okay? And we'll meet back in our Pashasana squat and then a forward bend. So let's take a deep forward bend now. Hook your big toes, rock a little bit, and we're gonna forward fold, shake out the head. If you wanna pedal out the knees, all good. If you wanna keep them a little bent, all good. Right? We set up these expectations for ourselves. I need to do it all. I need to get it all done. And now we have been given this opportunity to take that pressure off ourselves a little bit, to be less quote unquote productive, because we can't be. And notice, maybe you're a little calmer, maybe you're a little happier in some ways. Maybe the things that we thought we needed, some of them we don't. I definitely am noticing that. Release the toes, slowly roll it up. And we're gonna come back to our chair. So, Waguespack. Once again, exhale, forward fold. So we'll meet in a downward dog. You get there, you take your path. Okay, moving through the vinyasa if you'd like. Left leg's gonna lift. Shift forward to your three-legged plank. Round the knee towards the nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Wrap your right inner thigh inward. Belly draws in, let's lift. We're gonna twist second side. So hands to the heart, right elbow comes outside left knee. Hands are in prayer. Bend into that left knee. You can always drop that back knee down if you need to. Looking up to the sky. So we're meeting in Waguespack twist. You decide your path together. I'm just giving you options. You could step the left foot right up next, the right foot up to the left, or you could play with this warrior 3 version, right? See, my left side is super wiggly today. That's what I'm learning. Working towards straightening that front leg, maybe. And if you can, you're gonna start to draw your gaze up. And we'll meet in this Waguespack twist. Gazing up to the sky. I do that little screech back. You guys don't have to. I just think it's easier for you to see. And then we're gonna lift the heels and come into that Pashasana twist. From here, let's separate the hands. If you want your side Bakasana, right elbow stays at the knee, left elbow comes to the hip. You make that little shell, you're in chaturanga arms, and maybe those feet lift. And then you can play from here. You can separate, you can bring the legs out to the side, you can fall on your face if you want to, like I just did. And then come on back. Good. Walk the hands forward. Let's come back into a forward fold. Slide the hands all the way underneath the feet. And let the head hang. It's definitely been an adjustment for me the last month to do the whole practice as I speak. So I am still challenged by that. I'm used to walking around and adjusting all of you and looking at all of you. So it's an adjustment for sure. Let the head shake out. Release the hands from underneath the feet, heel toe back. You guessed it, Waguespack. Come back into your chair. Last one of these. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Move through your vinyasa, or maybe you've had enough. Maybe you want to take that pause and downward dog. All good. Right leg's going to lift, shift to your 3-legged plank, round the knee towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands. Wrap your left hip in, lift up. Good. Arms are going to come out like airplane wings. We're going to bring the right arm on top of the left again. Hinge forward, imagine that 45-degree line. We're gonna lift the left leg, but this time it's gonna wrap all the way around the right. And we're gonna sit into our eagle. All right, so the ultimate opportunity to go in, to get into those adductors, which we don't often get to do in our yoga practice. We do a lot of opening and external rotation, so we're getting a little internal today. And I kind of like the idea of that too, just we have to go in and sit with the feelings and sit with the stuff that we're holding on to before we can release it. Let's untuck the left toes if they were tucked and come into a seated twist. Unwrap the arms. So your left leg's on top. Yes, that's right. Left hand comes behind, right arm reaches up to the sky. Right hand to the knee or elbow to the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Look over your back shoulder. And again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. And one more. Inhale, nice and long. Tall, I should say. And exhale, twist. Good. Let's walk the arms all the way to the other side. Just come into this counter stretch. And then as we come to a forward bend, your left ankle is going to stay crossed over your right. So as we fold, we're getting the outside of this left leg a little bit more in our stretch. Let's uncross the ankles now and sit right back into our chair. Waguespack. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. We'll meet in downward dog, so you decide how you get there. Inhale and exhale. Left leg's gonna lift, shift into your three-legged plank. Knee rounds towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands. Wrap your right hip in or your inner thigh in as you come on up. Arms come out like airplane wings. Left arm on top of right. Look up and find that extension. Exhale, we're gonna round it forward. Maybe that right leg lifts. Either way, we're gonna meet in eagle. So we're gonna come into our eagle pose with right leg on top of left. Sitting into it, hinging forward if you want. Squeezing into those inner thighs. Belly's drawing in and we're rounding if you're forward. Bringing all of these pieces together. 2 more breaths. And then unhook and step the foot down. And come to our seated twist, second side. So right leg is on top. Left hand comes to right knee or left elbow to the knee. As you inhale, we're gonna get nice and tall. And then as you exhale, let's twist. And again, inhale and lengthen. And exhale and twist. And again, inhale, nice and tall, lift the chest. Exhale, twist, look over that back shoulder. And then come forward and walk the hands all the way around. And then come back to center. Ankles are crossed as we come up into our forward fold. Left ankle on top of right. That's not right. Right ankle on top of left. IT band of the right leg is maybe stretching here. Good. Uncross your ankles. So we're gonna forward fold. We're gonna meet in downward dog. If you want another vinyasa, go for it. Maybe you're a little vinyasa out, so I think I am. So I'm gonna come to downward dog. Good. As you inhale, lift the right leg. Shift forward to plank, bend the knee, drop to the nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee all the way to the mat. Walk your right foot out towards the edge of your mat, hands are on the inside. And let's just let the pinky toe edge of the foot or the knee open. So see, the knee is gonna open, you're gonna come to the pinky toe edge of the foot. Maybe you feel like bending that back knee, grabbing the foot, stretching through the quads a little bit, up to you. And we'll release the foot now and walk your right foot across towards the left side of your mat for pigeon. So this is we're getting a little deeper now. We spent a lot of time rolling in, now we're going deep into the hip, getting into the piriformis and the deep lateral rotators. Fold forward and breathe. So from one citizen to another, I beg of you, take a deep breath, ignore the deafening noise, and think deeply about what you want to put back into your life. This is our chance to define a new version of normal, a rare and truly sacred, yes, sacred, opportunity to get rid of the bullshit and to only bring back what works for us, what makes our lives richer, what makes our kids happier, what makes us truly proud. We are good people. And as a good people, we want to define on our own terms what this country looks like in 5, 10, or 50 years. This is our chance to do that. The biggest one we've ever gotten, and the best one we'll ever get. We can do that on a personal scale in our homes and how we choose to spend our family time on nights and weekends, what we watch, what we listen to, what we eat, and what we choose to spend our dollars on and where. We can do it locally in our communities with what organizations we support, what truths we tell, and what events we attend. We can do it nationally in our government. If we want cleaner air, we can make it happen. We want to protect our doctors and all Americans, we can make it happen. If we want our neighbors and friends to earn a dignified income, we can make that happen. If we want millions of kids to be able to eat, if suddenly their school is closed, we can make that happen. And yes, if we just want to live a simpler life, we can make that happen too. But only if we resist the massive gaslighting that is about to come, the story that's going to be told. It's on its way. Look out. Slowly make your way back into downward dog. Let's shake out that right leg. And then set the right foot down and lift the left. Shift forward to your three-legged plank. Knee is going to come to the nose, but this time step the foot in between the hands and drop your back knee. Walk your left foot towards the left edge of your mat. Let the knee splay out as you come into the pinky toe edge of the foot. If you feel like more, sweep the left hand around as you bend the right knee and bring that heel in towards your glute. Release that back foot if you have it. Walk that left foot across towards the right edge of your mat. Come into pigeon on the second side. So, as I often do, I found this article, Yoga to be a microcosm of this message, right? First, we just have to assess what is going on with us today, physically, emotionally. And we have to sit in that space and hold those emotions. Physically, there are physical pain, our emotional pain. And then we get to decide. We shut down the mind, which to me is that gaslighting, that chatter telling us we need to do everything and be the best and all of that. We shut that down and we make that conscious choice. What am I going to take with me? What is this practice going to provide me today? And what am I going to leave behind? What am I going to let go? What am I going to not bring with me when I'm done? So what we practice here, once again, translates off the mat in huge ways. Take 3 more nice deep breaths here. And then press down with your hands, curl your right toes under, lift your right knee, float the left leg up, shake it out. And we'll find our way through to seated. So come forward to seated and bend your knees and bend your feet. Good. Walk the hands behind you, fingers are facing forward. We're going to come into tabletop, so press into the feet, lift the hips. Notice my knees stuck over my shoulder, or my knees do not stuck over my shoulders. My knees stuck over my ankles, hips lift, head drops back if that feels okay for your neck, heart lifting. Exhale, lower down. Okay, second one, same thing, or Purvottanasana, straight legs. Big toes roll in towards each other, press down into the feet, lift the hips, let the head drop out. And then slowly lower that down. Bend the knees. Bring your feet together, knees out to the side. So let's transition into our Supta Baddha Konasana, where we began our practice today. All the way onto your back. Arms are going to come up and over your head. Clasp your alternate elbows. Breathe here. And then bring your arms down by your side, draw your knees up, plant your feet. One final back bend of your choice. So bridge pose if you'd like, or Dhanurasana if you'd like. Just ground down through the feet. Keep the thighs as parallel as you can. Lift up. Walk your arms underneath. Press down into the feet. Breathe here. And then we'll begin to lower everything down. Let your knees draw into your chest. Just float them slowly to your right side, arms in a T, gaze over your left. And then bring your knees back to center, float them over to the opposite side, and change your gaze to and then bring your knees back to center, slowly lower your legs down to the floor, arms down by your side, and close your eyes. So this truly is your pause. Your pause, your reset, however you want to think about it, your opportunity, your sacred opportunity to decide, what am I going to leave here? What am I going to take with me off my mat today? Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And reach your arms all the way up and over your head. And stretch from your fingers to your toes. And then draw your knees into your chest. And slowly make your way onto your right side. And then find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Just sit in this space that you created. Thank yourself for what you were able to let go of today. The clarity to know what you want to bring with you next. I am truly so honored to be your guide this morning. Namaste.